the other one? This one ran out on my thing. This girl, this is another one in Dubai. And I'm not going to go because we're going to probably hear more about her. There's a girl detained overseas. A TikTok star, Tierra Allen, is held in Dubai, accused of screaming at a rental car firm for refusing to return personal items. Now, her mom got on TV and she wanted all of us to go, in on Dubai for holding her daughter. Okay. Because her daughter, the way her mom made it sound was like she was in Dubai, she yelled at the car rental man, and in Dubai, women can't yell at men like that. So they held her, they're holding her, and they're not letting her come home.
Black woman,
right? So we all thinking when you first heard the story that came from her mom was that why would you hold somebody for just
yelling at you?
Yelling, that's wrong, whatever. But we can't put our own personal America standards on another country. If you go to another country and you're not supposed to yell at a man, don't yell at a man.
There's countries you go to in the Middle East that you have to have covering on your head.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
you have to follow whatever rule they have. So if they say you're not supposed to yell at a man, you're not supposed to yell at a man.
Okay.
But some people kind of felt sorry for her and said, well, maybe she didn't know the rule or whatever. And maybe we should advocate for them to bring her back and let her out. No. It comes to find out, people who have traveled with her before, you know how couples travel together? Since she's a menace.
Ooh.
They showed video of her yelling everywhere they go.
You're kidding.
She went off in Puerto Rico. They was in Puerto Rico on a recent trip.
This is a habit.
And this one lady said that she showed the film. She called her husband, the woman's husband, a V, yelled at him, threw stuff on him, acting out. And when her boyfriend tried to interject, she yelled at him and hit him.
Ooh.
She's a menace.
She has a temper.
She has a temper. So I don't believe she just was yelling at the Dubai rental car man. She probably called him a B. Ooh. Can you imagine in a Muslim country, a woman calling a man a B? That's probably why they locked her up.
It may be different for her if she was famous. She's not famous. She's just a TikTok person, right?
No, she ain't nobody.
I'm saying if it was like a Beyonce or something.
Beyonce wouldn't do that because she's not stupid.
I'm just saying.
Right.
I'm thinking out loud. Beyonce level, they'll just like grit their teeth and go, oh, I'm gonna let her holler at me because normally they don't holler at me like that.
Exactly.
But this chick, maybe she needs to learn her lesson.
That's what her friends, well, quote unquote friends, were saying. Leave her there. So then some guy was on the timeline. You know how the bleeding hearts, the same ones with Carly. Oh, so you just feel like she should be locked up because she goes off on people and that's,
What's the next step for her?
Lock her up.
What's the next step for her? How long will she be locked up?
You can't go, well, see, that's the thing. You can't go to other countries and put your own Americanized ways in other countries. It doesn't work that way. Somebody said she should have just went to Miami or somewhere and quit trying to go to these other countries.
Oh my goodness. So
that's why I don't go to Dubai. They said Dubai is like, you can't.
We watched The Housewives of Dubai.
I'm not going to Dubai.
And the Housewives of Dubai, these women were rich. They were either married to somebody that was rich.
Yes.
Or they were in a whole different category.
Or if you go to Dubai, they didn't just relax. Just go on the beach and do whatever you need to do.
Publicly holler at people.
Thank you.
They was in their own circle.
Thank you.
Of friends when they would raise their voices. Because these housewives,
thank you,
they were fighting at each other.
Thank you.
They didn't fight at the man taking them to the airport or the guy driving the boat. So I noticed that about them.
All right, let's look at this. Emerald says, I don't think she had a mental break. It was all for a man's attention. I agree. I'm done with people keep saying it was a mental thing. And even if it was, so what? The prison is people that's mentally ill.
But I think we fail to understand, and Sarah on The View always brings this up. Mental, I think
there's levels of that.
Yeah, and we don't understand if a person dies and we're like so distraught.
That's mental.
It's a mental breakdown.
Right.
It's not like you're mentally disturbed.
But that's not temporary insanity.
Thank you.
She's not mental. She's not too mental to go to jail.
I agree. I'm thinking we get so twisted with that word mental.
Yeah.
And we need to understand a lot of y'all has had some mental breakdowns.
And we didn't go and call the police and
right. My son's dead. Lord. It's right. They look at you like
she having a
she
mental
having a
breakdown.
emotional breakdown. We want to call it something else.
And I told you, people who have mental illnesses said they don't like that people keep saying that about her.
Yeah.
Because it makes them look like, oh, so every time we have a mental issue, we're going to be calling the police and having thousands of cops coming to look for stuff.
Exactly.
No.
She plotted this out.
That's a plot.
Yeah.
She plotted that.
She planned that one.
Wendy says she really needs a psychiatrist in prison. That's fine as long as it's in prison. If you look at her,
as long as
if you look at her and she looks a little gone, okay. True says I figured she had to be doing a whole lot for them to get to the point of arresting her. Emerald says don't go anywhere acting like a child throwing a tantrum.
She sold.
Oh, that's this lady.
She's
throwing a tantrum in Dubai.
We all know the great word that everybody says, because even people say karma in other faiths or whatever.
Yeah.
She planted a lot of seeds of crazy.
This is not a Ben Carson.
She's reaping it now.
This is not a Ben Carson. This is not a black person at all, y'all. Again,
reaping
let's hold our cards close to our chest, guys. Quit playing the black card all the time. This was a girl who goes off all the time. And friends who travel with her said she's a menace. Right. And they're actually happy she arrested. They don't even want her to come back. That's how much of a menace she is. And she kept taunting this one lady's husband. It was like she wanted him to hit her.
You're kidding.
She said that.
Daring him.
She showed it on film. She kept throwing stuff on him in the kitchen, calling him the B word, yelling at him. She's spoiled. She said, I was so proud of my husband. He was like,
she's spoiled.
Good.
So maybe it's.
And then the police came. She caused so much ruckus that the people probably next door some called the police. But the lady's husband didn't even press charges on her. He said, I don't want to detain us in another country. I just want to go home. Pressing charges would have made a whole big thing. He said he didn't press charges. He said, let's just go home. And they said they will never travel with her again.
Wow.
Now she's detained in Dubai. Her mom and the girls who travel with her said her mom knows how much of a menace she is because she's a menace to her mom.
Wow, your own mom you disrespect?
But yet her mom didn't say that when she was being interviewed about her daughter being held in Dubai.
See, that's the time. Swallow your little pride and just be real.
My daughter's a menace, y'all. But I don't think she should be in jail for 20 years for yelling at somebody.
Exactly. So I don't know how long she's going to be detained.
We don't know. So we'll follow that story to see what happens.
I bet you on that one she going to learn to keep her mouth shut.
Probably not.
I don't know.
Oh, you're right. A 12-year-old girl has been